Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Kristy. Today I'm going to try and show you the Roxy Journal of Stitchery Volume 7. Now it's to do with still life, and I have my canvas. So my canvas is 24 inches by 30, and so I'm going to do my very best to show you what I'm doing, because I actually don't know what I'm doing. So I've got a pile of fabrics here, which I don't know if you can see in the camera, because I've had to move my camera on my stand and move it in a different area, and I've got a whole pile of fabrics behind me just all pulled out. So this is what I've started with. Obviously I've got a blank page. I'm just using my notebook, and I was going to do mine outside, but I've decided to do mine inside. So I'm going to try and draw something on the page and see how we go. So my thinking is that I want the table to be across, like in the corner, like that. So I'm going to draw my table around, and then obviously I'm going to have vase, or maybe they'll have a statue or a bowl of fruit, but I'm pretty sure there'll be a vase with flowers, because if you have a look on their Pinterest page, I think it is, they've got all that Pinterest information and what they like, and a lot of it is vases, but I could be wrong. So this is my table, and I'm going to have a tablecloth. So I'm just going to write that down. That's my tablecloth. And if they have a vase, I'm going to have a vase of flowers here. Right, just very abstract. And then they might have something over here, and so there's 5 things, so there could be something here, here, and in the middle of the table. Obviously that's the other vase. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this leaves space for you could have a picture frame here on a wall, and that could just be a white piece of fabric sewn around a piece of fabric there, and that could potentially be a pretend, a picture on your wall. Excuse me. So my wallpaper, I'm going to try and emulate some wallpaper, and I'm not paint, so I can mix it up however I want. So do I want to have a window in my wall, where my table is? I do. So I'm trying to think of a window. Obviously I have to pretend that's not there. That comes down. I think that's a bit too thick. That comes down through the window. I don't know. I think that might be better here. That picture is the same as the window, so obviously if I'm going to have a picture in, I'm going to have a much smaller picture than the window. Could even go smaller. I'm not sure, that's just a thing I'm playing with. So I'm just going to bring another bit out for the table. Now that's actually going to be quite a large table when you think about it. So maybe I need to have a table that's just that little bit smaller, maybe not so deep. But I'm not going to have fit anything on there, am I? So you could put in a chair very good drawer for a chair. And in this window, outside the window, I always had this vision years ago that when I wanted to, I had a bicycle and a tree. Now the bicycle was going to be made up of doilies. The spokes of the wheels were going to be doilies. So I have some little tiny doilies somewhere. Those little baby ones, I don't know where they are. Oh no, they might be in here. Here. These here, but even they look too big. I could find something like that and put on, but I just have this thing of a bicycle. Oh, where's the lid? Oh. And a tree. So we'll see what happens. I might be able to do it, I might not. There might be some lace in here that I can cut and make wheels out of. I don't know. What's that there? Oh no, that's too big. I'll put this away, get my pencil out. So in this window, I'm going to have a tree, and some sort of bicycle. Seat's a bit high. There, that's a funny looking bicycle. But anyway, you get my idea. So maybe I won't have the chair and I'll just continue the table out because that's just going to be too complicated. I'll just shorten the table, maybe bring down the window a little bit more so I have room, but then I have to put that onto here. So let's see how that goes. I've had to move all my stuff off the table and move everything around. There's a tiny little wheel. That'd be cute, wouldn't it? But don't forget, I'm going on this here. So yes, potentially I could use those spokes because I just realised I was putting them on the window, on the paper. So I don't know, I have this thing in my head for about 5 years, 4 or 5 years, that I wanted to draw something on canvas with the bicycle and a tree. So I've got some bark that was when my dad died a year ago, and we went to the funeral this time last year. I bought some bark home, so I'm thinking I might just put that particular bark and then create some tree. And I had some fabric the other day that I saw at the Good Sammy shop, and it was green. It would have been perfect, but anyway. So let's see if I can draw on here. Let me see what the video is. Oh yeah, I'll move you over slightly there. You probably, hopefully I was not out of camera on that. So this is my drawing of the table, maybe a picture frame and a slight window. So let's put that up there. So my table will come, I'm just trying to visualize it with my eyes. Now I got the idea from Sally on her Dotty B on her channel of drawing on your canvas. So let's see how this goes. It's not too bad, because then you're going to have, if there was a vase would be here, sorry, right, but they might say over here, so it does depend on whereabouts they say. So my window is about that big. And then obviously if I want a picture frame, it's going to have to be tiny. I know what I do have. I do have a log cabin. That could be my picture frame, and put it on the on there. Cloth. Now this is an old sheet. Now don't forget that this has got, calico's got to go over this first, and I'm going to be doing on calico. Sorry, I just bumped the table. So you don't want too much print on your table, because you're going to be covering it over with certain things. I don't know if I want this for my tablecloth. Oh, there goes my yarn on the floor. Now I was thinking of using this as my window. And I could just put a strip around the edge like that. I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it? What are we looking through? Oh yeah, I just got to see if you're right. There we go. I'm doing my best because the video camera's just there and I'm just here. So I'm thinking I could use this as my tablecloth. But it might be a shame that I have to, it will be wide enough. I would just be cutting through don't forget I've got to wrap it round the back and I don't want to lose that. Unless I just have that to the edge. And then I stick the calico on there on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. Stick the calico. I'll just have another look. Sort of. Maybe I'll just bring you down a little bit. I could just bring you back slightly. Oh. There. How's that looking? I was thinking I could have the tablecloth and then just put the calico on the edge because it's a thin edge, and then I would just wrap it round and just extend it a little bit longer, couldn't I? Because that would make such a lovely tablecloth. It's a shame to ruin it, but it is machine stitched, so it's not, Oh, yeah, it is machine stitched, so it's not hand stitched. So I'm okay with that. So that means that, where's my pen? Nope, I want my, what's it called? Friction pen. So move that over there. That can go round. That will have to come, it might have to come all the way to the edge. That would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Because when I put the, and I was telling Sally, she was a bit confused. Not confused, I beg your pardon. She was just a bit unsure what to do about her tablecloth. She hasn't chosen hers. I said, well, make templates. So you could make a template out of your paper. Of, you know, the things that may sit. So that would be part of the vase. So the vase would sit on the table. And then this might be something here. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. I printed these off. And I was going to do the outside, but I've decided that I don't want to do the outside, even though I love that. And I think my printer didn't print it very well. It's quite dark. And on the iPad, this is nearly sort of white. But I love that idea of all the colours along there and everything. And I was going to do that across the top and then have the table down here. But it was probably just a little bit too much for me. So a teapot here and a teacup. They might say a bowl of fruit, and they might even put something on the wall. I don't know, unless it's all on the table, and then I'd have something there. So potentially that would actually work, but I'm not going to cut it just yet. Okay, so that's the idea for the tablecloth. So I am happy about that. Put that over there. And I'm still a bit unsure. I still want this to be like a bit of a window. So I could have that there. And I could have some brown. What's this called? Fabric. To turn that into a window pane, and there, and that would still wrap around. This is my grandmother's damask tea towel, not tea towel, tablecloth, and I sent some to Sally, so I definitely, and I saw that she's used hers, and I thought about putting a window on mine, and I thought I'll use that damask, and then Sally went and used some in hers, so that was really good. There. So you've got to remember that everything's got to get wrapped around. So that should be the edge, because that's the yucky side. I'll just flip that over. And so that can go there. Let's just rip. I don't know why I get afraid of doing things, because I'm just not sure. So I'll just cut down there. And I'll fold that in half. I don't know why I should have just maybe folded that in half again. Fold this in half. Now the window's not that long. The window's only going to be this wide. am I looking for? A pin. Oh, everything's moved, so I don't know where anything is. So put the pin there. And then that will be tucked under. You won't see that. All that. There's my window and my bicycle. My bicycle. Maybe I need to have a different coloured bicycle because I could have a pink bicycle. I could have a bicycle out of anything, couldn't I, really? I could have a coloured bicycle. But I was going to crochet these. They're coloured. They're already coloured, they are. So I could do that. Oh, there's, I could have my birdie in the tree. That's from, that is a birdie that I sent Sally and Christine. So I could stick the birdie in the tree. Or I could, no, I can't do white because I could do handlebars from some, I could do handlebars from, what's it called? Ribbon. I've got gold. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I could make it any colour I like. My brain just thinks I need to make it like a proper bike that you buy from the shop, but I can make it anything I like because it's my imagination. I could use rickrack. No, I'm not using rickrack. Oh, I could have a pink bike, couldn't I? There we go. Get that out. I could use that pink. I could even do that. So there's some possibilities. Don't get any more out because I'll just confuse the heck out of myself. Right. There's some, this is from Savannah on Vintage Blend Studios, and she sent me these. Well, I bought them. So they're a possibility because they're a little bit bigger and I could paint those, so that can go there. I've got the birdie. I've got some green fabric. My table's too big. All right, let's cut this exactly. I didn't realise I was so creative. Right, there we go. That was easy. So that's done. That can go away. I love this. This is definitely going in. Might be too many flowers. Might be too dark. Yes, I have the light colour. Have that there. I even found a teacup, so I might keep this out and go on the table. So that's going in. I thought about this, but no, it's not the right colour. This is Sanderson. I have a massive roll of this. So that means that if the table's white, I've got to think about the overall picture of if I'm going to have a picture on the wall. Probably need some white. I even have to make this smaller. I'm just not sure about I'm not sure about all this stuff that you have to put on the wall. That's not too bad. Maybe the picture needs to be a lot smaller. Because I feel like I want a picture frame on the wall. Definitely need something white around it. That clashes too much. This background is just something it's definitely out of my comfort zone, so I'm not too sure about it, to be honest. I've got this here. The window could go up a little bit higher. That's not bad there. A bit thicker, upside down. So when you do yours, I hope it's not too difficult as this is for me. I don't know whether you're supposed to go down there. Maybe this might be better. It's a bit more softer than the blue. But I don't think there's enough there. And I have this big piece. I don't want this to be the tablecloth. I'll just take away the table, won't it? No. Probably should introduce some plain colours, which is something I don't have a lot of. I'm not too sure. Here I am talking to the cupboard. I have some calico. Where did my tablecloth go? maybe the tablecloth needs an edge, because it doesn't look like a tablecloth, does it? Maybe it needs an edge. You know what I mean? Like an edge of something. Maybe that might work there. Maybe I'll just snip a bit off. Now, which way is the edge going to go? This way. I never used to be able to just snip and rip. It won't look like a tablecloth if that's just there and then you just got the background. Do you know what I mean? I know I can just go over that. Sit that so it's not over the top of the picture. To me that would look like a table, but I think maybe the table needs to come down to there, or I don't know if you can see, yep, or to there. So advice would be greatly appreciated, especially trying to do the wall. Everyone seems to be putting different patterns, but I get a bit confused about that. I know I'm not ripping up fabric at this point, but I don't want to waste ripping up fabric. That's actually really nice with that. I could go round under there, and that could finish off underneath here. I'm doing a layer upon layer at the moment. I don't want to rip anything yet. Okay, I've lost my picture. I don't know where my picture went. Oh, there it is. I could still have my picture. Maybe just have it a lot smaller. Come on. And have the smallest of white around it. No, it's just paper that we will do for now. I don't even know what it is. How about that? And I've just got to fix up something here. Maybe this. Maybe that. Because I've got a lot of flower composition stuff. Oh, and I've got to fill this in here too. Not sure. Well, I'm going to leave it here. And if anybody has any ideas, write them in the comments. I want to thank you very much for watching my video. And this is Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, Volume 7. And this is the first prompt for, I think it's 3 weeks. So thank you very much.